Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today we're checking out a PORMIDO PRD80 dashcam system. Now it's not just a dashcam, it replaces your rear view mirror and gives you a digital screen there, a touch screen, and you're able to, of course, have a dashcam, but it also adds a rear view digital mirror. Here's the main unit. This is what replaces your rear view mirror, and you can see it's a mirror, and it's able to serve as a mirror as well as the actual screen. We do have the button there to switch back and forth. Now there's also there's a wire that comes out. There's a little bracket here, and you have to get the one that matches your vehicle. So on the website you'll have different options there. On the underside there is a 64 gig card that it comes with. It has a bracket that's able to connect directly to the place where the original rear view camera or rear view mirror attaches. So it's basically OEM, the appearance of an OEM system. Here is the front camera, and the front camera is, once you mount it, you're able to tilt it and get the precise angle that you want. So you can see, attach it, then you can tilt it the angle that you want. The rear camera, you can mount it on the inside of the glass. This is metal and waterproof. The front one's not waterproof, but this one is. So you can put it outside the vehicle, near the tag or whatever. And it actually has two different mounts, one for interior and exterior mounts there. So yeah, this has got some weight to it. It's very solid feeling. And there's the different mounts here that it comes with. There's one of them, so you can get the right angle. There's a little cover for covering up the wires. This is for the cover up the bracket on the back of the mirror. Then you have these extension cables. So this is for wiring up the power, and this is to run to the rear view camera. The instruction manual is fairly well done. It's in color and English, and it seems like it's done well as far as explaining everything. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little green tint to the reflections on these lenses, and that little green tint is an anti-glare coating on each lens. Both the front and the rear cameras, I notice, have that anti-glare coating on each lens. And speaking of anti-glare, it does come with these anti-glare sheets here that you can actually put on the mirror. So if you have an issue with glare or anything, you can use these, and it comes with two of them. When you go to install it, the first thing you want to do is assemble the mirror. So the little bracket that goes on the back of the mirror is just 4 little screws. You run the wire through the center part, put the 4 screws in, and then there's these little covers that make it look nice and neat. Then installing in the vehicle, I like to work out to in. So the outer parts, the first thing I did was find the fuse box and install the fuse-like adapters into the fuse box. One goes to the accessory mode, the other one goes to direct battery connection. So you just want to locate those in your fuse box and just plug them in. Then you want to find a ground. The ground is usually close to the fuse box, and it's usually a nut. You might have to take a panel off or something to find one, but you just connect it there. Then you tuck the wires and make it look as neat as you wanted to make it look. The more neat it is, the more OEM it's going to look. Then you go ahead and replace your mirror. So you unscrew and pull out your old mirror and then place in the new digital mirror in place. And then you can mount your back camera. Find a good placement, whether it be inside the vehicle or outside the vehicle, the best way, for your view and everything. And then you locate a good spot for your front camera. Make sure it's level in a place that's out of your way and gets a good view in the center, and then you're all set. So how this works is that basically it has different screens, the front view, the rear view of the dash cams. And what you can do is you can switch it. You can swipe like this, front, rear, and then it has a split between front and rear, then it goes back to the front. You can, instead of swiping it, you can press this button, and it'll cycle through the different views. Now, if you want to take a screenshot, you can press this button, and it will take a screenshot of both the front and the back simultaneously. And it's recording front and back as well. Now this button over here, if we press that, it turns off the screen and we were left with the mirror. Now I added this this non-reflective coating that it has, and I mean it's okay, but I would probably not use it. I mean it does take away the reflection of the light and everything, but I don't know, it just seems to work fine without it, so I'll probably take it off. But yeah, those are the basic functions. It does have the GPS system where it shows your speed, also which way your vehicle's headed, and then the status of the recording. You have a clock here, date, and different things. So switch to the back view so you can see it because it's less bright. I'd actually have my rear camera through the tinted glass, so it's a little bit darker. Probably be best for a permanent install to take away a little patch of the. It'll put it in a place where it doesn't have to go through the tint outside or wherever you have to do, depending on your vehicle. So that way you get a clearer image, because going through the tint does reduce the brightness and stuff, even at the highest brightness. When you tap the screen, you have these little icons here. You can adjust the brightness. You can also put it to the back to the front view. But yeah, anyways, yeah, we can see it good here. So there's the brightness there, and then we have the settings here, little icons that pop up. We can go in and change the resolution. We can see the status of the storage. The loop time, which I have to 5 minutes. You can record audio or turn that off. It has a G sensor. You can turn that higher, medium, or low or off. Parking mode, you can turn that feature on or off here. Battery low voltage protection. So let's say you have parking mode on and the battery voltage gets too low. It'll just go and turn the system off, and you can adjust the battery level there. You know, I'd put it a little bit high just to make sure that you're good. And then parking mode, I have it turned off right now. But it is connected to the battery, so it will work if I need to use it. All right, you can change the language there, adjust the date and time. So it has a 24-hour clock. Let's turn that off. Then you can change the time zone, daylight savings time. You can switch that on and off. And then you can change the display mode where it's automatically shut down, screensaver mode, or the screen is always on. So if you want to use the mirror primarily during the day, you could have it just auto turn off and it's still recording. You have GPS information. It's kind of cool, and it shows the different satellites here, your GPS position, and all that stuff. Kind of neat. The signal strength of all the different satellites it's communicating with. You can change to kilometers per hour, miles per hour. You can flip the rear camera, but it'll if you flip it, then it's kind of look like a little bit weird, because if you're using it as a rear view camera, or like a rear view mirror instead of the camera, then you know it just will be a little disorienting if you don't have it, you know, to where it looks like an actual image behind you. You can have reverse lines. So like if you connect this to your reverse lights and you put the vehicle in reverse, it's going to pop up the rear camera automatically if you have that set. And you can have little reverse lines that turn on when that is enabled. So right now, if you put it in reverse, the camera behind you, it's not going to have that unless you have that wire connected and you put it in reverse. And then you can restore factory settings here, and then you can find out what the software version is here. So the next icon here is the playback. So we can go back into all of our files. And so there's the view there. We have different ones, automatically plays. We can switch to the front, to the rear, and it's the same file, basically the front and the rear are overlapping files. And choose the one we want. We can delete ones if we want. So yeah, it comes in handy. You can play and pause it there. We can also see our images, or the lock. Actually, here's the images here, and then there's the lock. The ones that got locked because of like bumping of the camera or whatever, it'll automatically lock it using the G sensor, so it doesn't get overwritten. There's the status of the recording. You can stop recording there. You can switch cameras this way with this little button, but it's another redundant way of doing it. So yeah, you can just kind of cycle through. Take a picture there, which is another redundant button for that, and then you can hit the lock button if you want to lock the file that's currently recording. So it's pretty straightforward. You wouldn't have to go into a lot of that stuff. You just use these physical buttons here. I like the way I have these physical buttons. Take a picture. We can swap views. And then on this one, we can turn it off and just use it as a mirror.
On my dash, a hero shines. The PORMIDO cam, the road aligns. 2K vision, sharp and clear. Every journey starts right here. Quick buttons, the power's mine. Detachable cam, a tech divine. Woman bracket, solid as a rock. This mirror's got the world on lock. Oh, PORMIDO, light my way. Guide my ride through night and day. Front and back, a crystal view. Mirror of glory, I believe in you. Built-in GPS, I own the road. Every turn mapped, every journey showed. Parking guard on duty, sharp and strong. Keeping my car safe all night long. HDR at night, no fear, no fight. Plates so clear, they're in plain sight. The hardwire kit, it powers my quest. With PORMIDO, I've got the best. This is no ordinary mirror, my friend. It's a partner on which you can depend. From bright highways to shadowed bends, PORMIDO stands with you till the end. Oh, PORMIDO, light my way. Guide my ride through night and day. Front and back, a crystal view. Mirror of glory, I believe in you. So buckle up, let's chase the sun. With PORMIDO, the drive's more fun. Sharp and clear, the